Look, let's be totally honest here. Moving is just plain stressful. Between packing a million boxes, coordinating all the logistics, and dealing with an absolute mountain of paperwork, the very last thing you want is to arrive at your new home and realize you can't even turn on the tap. I completely understand that anxiety, and I promise you, today's explainer is going to be your ultimate hassle-free playbook for setting up your water service in Fort Worth.
If you're starting a new chapter in Fort Worth, first off, welcome. But yeah, I also know the chaos of getting all those essential services connected can feel completely overwhelming. You're probably wondering about hidden fees, which exact department to call, or how long the whole shebang actually takes. Well, I'm here to assure you that getting your water flowing smoothly really doesn't have to be a bureaucratic nightmare. And getting this done promptly? Absolutely crucial. You definitely want to avoid the massive headache of moving into a house without basic necessities, especially in that Texas heat.
Okay, let's dive into this. This guide is designed to empower you with straightforward, actionable steps to get those utilities connected without breaking a sweat. We're going to take what looks like a super complicated city process and transform it into a simple, easy-to-follow checklist. By the end of this explainer, you are literally going to be a Fort Worth utility expert, fully ready to get your water running before you even unpack a single box.
Here is our quick roadmap for today. Number 1, before you connect service. 2, how to activate service. 3, solving common setup hurdles. 4, managing your water bill. And 5, final tips for success. All right, Section 1, before you connect service. Gathering the right details beforehand is honestly your secret weapon for a totally frictionless setup. I highly recommend you take a quick screenshot of this checklist right now. First things first, you do need to be 18 or older to set up an account. The city enforces some pretty rigorous documentation standards, mostly to prevent fraud and make sure their property records are spot on. So, you're going to need a government-issued photo ID, like a Texas driver's license or military ID, your social security number, your phone number, the new service address along with your move-in date, and the legal name of the current property owner. Oh, and if you have your lease agreement or closing docs, definitely keep those handy too, just in case they need to verify your occupancy. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how clear the upfront costs are, so you won't have any nasty surprises on that first statement. For a standard residential account, you're looking at a $50 minimum deposit plus a $20 activation charge just to cover the application processing. Both of those just get tacked onto your very first bill. However, if you are in a massive rush and need same-day service, you should expect an additional $25 fee right on top of that.
But wait, check out this number right here, 12. This is a massive insider pro tip for you. You can actually get that $50 deposit completely waived. No way, right? Actually, yes. If you can prove 12 consecutive months of on-time utility payments with Fort Worth, it's waived. Or if you're brand new to town, you can provide an official letter of credit from another major utility. Think your old electric, landline, or water provider showing a solid year of service with 0 late payments. You just email or fax that letter over, and boom, you keep that $50 right in your pocket.
Excellent. So you've got your documents and your budget prepped. Let's roll right into Section 2, how to activate service. So the crucial point is that brand new customers actually can't use the mobile app or the standard web portal just yet because, well, you need an active account number first. Instead, you have 3 really solid methods, and you need to use one of them at least 24 hours prior to your move. You can call customer service at 817-392-4477. You can email them at mywateraccount@fortworthtexas.gov. Make sure to put new account in the subject line. Or if you're more of a face-to-face person, you can just visit them in person at the new City Hall on 100 Fort Worth Trail, right up on the 5th floor. Now, depending on exactly where your new place is, you might run into a bit of geographical confusion. It's really important to know the difference between the City of Fort Worth Water Department and the Tarrant Regional Water District, or TRW. Basically, the city handles your daily home water, what comes out of your tap, your bill, your wastewater. The TRW, on the other hand, is a regional entity. They handle the raw water sourcing and manage the local lakes.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what to look out for. See that TRWD logo? If you're buying a property out on the outskirts or right near the lakes, you'll need to know this. If you need an on-site sewage facility, which is basically just a septic permit, or anything related to the reservoirs, you won't use the standard city water department. You'll actually coordinate directly with TRWD using their digital gateway, which is called MGO Connect.
Of course, real life doesn't always fit perfectly into a tidy little checklist. So let's jump into Section 3, solving common setup hurdles, just to clear up any lingering anxieties. Say you've lived in Fort Worth before and, maybe left a lingering water bill behind, the city is absolutely going to flag it. You won't be able to open a new account until that past due amount is completely paid off. And honestly, they'll likely ask for an increased security deposit up front. Also, for folks who are just transferring service locally within the city limits, remember to call at least one full business day ahead of your move. That keeps your water flowing without a hiccup and helps you entirely sidestep that $25 same-day emergency fee. Now, if you are a renter moving into a big apartment complex, you can go ahead and breathe a huge sigh of relief. Fort Worth actually master meters entire facilities. They do not submeter individual apartment units or strip shopping centers. What that means for you is that your specific water bill will be handled directly through your landlord or your property management company, not through a direct personal account with the city.
Okay, the water is on, the boxes are mostly unpacked. Let's talk about Section 4, managing your water bill.
When that very first bill arrives, Fort Worth makes it super flexible to pay. They take Visa, MasterCard, Discover, American Express, as well as regular checks, money orders, and debit cards. But please, take note of this one explicit warning. Never, under any circumstances, send cash through the mail to their P.O. box. Just don't do it.
Let's move to and see how this builds your long-term setup. Once you actually have your account number and that first billing cycle kicks off, you can finally register for the digital My H2O portal. This thing is going to be your absolute best friend. You can monitor your water usage by the month, the day, or literally even the hour. Plus, you can set up custom alerts. It is a phenomenal tool for catching a running toilet or a hidden leak way before it turns into a devastatingly high monthly bill.
Speaking of those bills, you absolutely need to understand winter quarter averaging. This is a major billing quirk. Because residential wastewater isn't metered directly, the city calculates your monthly sewer charge for the entire year based on how much fresh water you use during the winter months. Why? Well, in the winter, you aren't watering your lawn or filling up a pool, so the water you use is a really accurate reflection of what's actually going down the drain. So conserve your water during the winter months, and you will lock in a much lower wastewater rate for the entire rest of the year. It's a total game changer.
We are in the home stretch now. Let's wrap up this playbook with Section 5, Final Tips for Success, covering just a few extra city perks.
Fort Worth actually has some fantastic, proactive resources to help residents keep their bills affordable. For example, the Smart Repair program offers no-cost repair of minor plumbing leaks for eligible low-income homeowners. Then there's the Smart Flush program, which actually provides free, water-efficient toilets to replace older high-water use models. If you qualify, these are incredible ways to lower both your environmental footprint and your monthly bill.
Now, a quick professional reminder, as with all municipal logistics, this information is accurate as of August 2026, but you know how it goes. City policies, specific rates, and procedures can definitely shift over time. So while we've given you the ultimate playbook today, always verify those final details directly with the Fort Worth Water Department. They remain the ultimate authority for your specific account. So, you've got your checklist, you know exactly how to dodge that deposit fee, and you are totally ready to conquer the billing portal. But it does beg the question, now that you've mastered the water system, what's your biggest remaining question about moving to Fort Worth? Drop your thoughts down in the comments. I love reading through them. And hey, if you know anyone else braving the Texas moving process soon, definitely share this explainer with them to save them a massive headache. Thanks so much for learning with me today, and seriously, enjoy your new home.